A pledge of allegiance.
Pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Roll call.
Neighbors? Here. Young? Dilling?
Here.
Beamsterboer?
Here.
Adamski?
Present.
Doyle?
Here.
Adrianson?
Here. Okay, first item on the agenda, I'd like to read something here, remembering John Jack Fitzgerald. We are deeply saddened by the passing of John Jack Fitzgerald, a remarkable man whose life was defined by unwavering dedication to the community. Serving as mayor of Manhattan from 1967 to 1989, he holds the record as the longest-serving mayor in the village's history, leaving a lasting legacy that shaped the future of our community he loved. In addition to his leadership as mayor, Chief Fitzgerald's 52 years of service with the Manhattan Fire Protection District exemplifies his commitment to the safety and well-being of all residents. As a retired fire chief, Jack's influence and selflessness were felt across the village, where he worked tirelessly to make Manhattan a better place for everyone. Our hearts go out to his family, friends, and all those who had the privilege of knowing Mayor Fitzgerald. His life of service will never be forgotten, and his contributions will continue to inspire future generations. May his memory bring comfort in this time of loss. So if we could just take a moment of silence for him, please. Thank you. Okay. So there's no public comments, so move on. So next item is consent agenda. It consists of January 21st, 2025 Village Board Meeting Minutes, January 25th, 2025 Village Board Meeting Minutes from our Strategic Planning Workshop, and approval of February 4th, 2025 bills list. So if anyone would like anything pulled for further discussion.
Mayor, can you just separate the meeting minutes?
Yeah, from the strategic or both?
Oh, I just wasn't at the meeting. I mean, I could,
Okay.
I don't,
Or, okay, I'll pull the
just separate.
the village board meeting minutes out of this consent agenda first, and then we'll vote on that. So if everyone's okay with that, a motion to approve consent agenda consisting of January 2025 village board meeting minutes for the strategic planning workshop and approval of February 4th, 2025 bills list.
Motion?
Yeah.
I can't, I wasn't at the strategic, so, and it's yes, I would motion that.
I wasn't there either, I'm so sorry.
Second.
Okay, roll call.
Neighbors? Abstain. Dilling?
I have to abstain, I wasn't at that strategic planning.
Beamsterboer?
Yes.
Adamski?
I'm just to make sure that I wasn't at for the meeting minutes. I'm voting yes, but I was not at the meeting for the meeting minutes. So
That's for the, we'll take action on
Okay.
that next.
just to make sure.
So that's a yes.
Yeah.
And Doyle?
Yes.
So I'll take this item and put it here.
Yeah, Shelley.
Neighbor, Adrianson?
Yes. So next item on the agenda is the approval of January 21st, 2025 Village Board Meeting Minutes.
Motion.
Second.
Roll call?
Neighbors? Yes. Dilling?
Yes.
Beamsterboer?
Yes.
Adamski?
Abstain.
Doyle?
Yes.
Okay, motion carries. First item under new business is a resolution objecting to a special use permit for certain property located in unincorporated Will County within 1.5 mile of the corporate boundaries of the Village of Manhattan. This is for the southeast corner of Manhattan Road and Cherry Hill Road. They're looking to, a developer is proposing to construct a solar facility there on this property. It's not that the village is ever really objecting to solar facilities in general, but for this plan, our comprehensive plan identifies this parcel as future commercial development. So the solar facility in this location will disrupt the natural flow of other commercial developments in the area And since they lease them for up to 40 years, I guess we can't tell what the future holds. So I'd like to entertain a motion to approve a resolution objecting to a special use permit for certain property located in unincorporated Will County within 1.5 miles of the corporate boundaries of the Village of Manhattan. It's the southeast corner of Manhattan Road and Cherry Hill Road. Any questions on it?
Motion.
Second.
Roll call?
Dilling.
Yeah.
Beamsterboer.
Yes.
Adamski.
Yes.
Doyle.
Yes.
Neighbors. Yes.
Okay, motion carries. So before the next ones, Mark, should we have the fire department talk, or not until Dan?
No, yeah, so the next 5 items are all related to the fire department project. We have 2 ordinances rezoning the properties. We have a preliminary and a final plat approval for the public safety subdivision, and then we have a special use permit for the site plan for the fire department itself. So the fire department's going to give a brief presentation. Basically, it's going to discuss all 5 of those items in the same presentation. So.
That on? Thanks for having us this evening, appreciate it. I want to share a little bit about, can I just stand and talk without talking into that? Is that okay? Okay. I want to share a little bit about the new fire services development. See, we call it fire services development. I kind of refer to it as a public services campus, and I'll share a little bit about why. It's going to be very hard to see. Can I go up there and point at some things?
Yeah,
Is that?
you have a microphone walking with you,
Oh.
so we can hear you.
Yeah.
Thank you.
I'm going to zoom in just a little bit.
Or is that wrong? I don't know. Thinking
Yeah, it's-
Don't
yeah,
put it
up
on
and
those
down.
two.
So this is the Public Services Campus, corner of northeast corner of Smith Road and Eastern Avenue. If you're not familiar with it too much, in the middle here, oh, sorry. In the middle here is what we refer to as Lot 1. This is subdivided into 4 lots. Again, the fire station doesn't go on Lot 1. Just to the north of that is Lot 2. It's about roughly a little less than 4 acres. Lot 3 is kind of slated for the next public works facility possibly, I've heard. It's maybe about 8 acres. On that parcel, we'll have a regional detention facility that will serve the entire development. And then there's another small lot there next to the township building that we call Lot 4. John, could you go to the next slide real quick?
Is there a way we can get this on these screens as well?
I'd have to ask someone
No,
here.
I'm not trying to put you on the spot. I'm
Yeah.
just.
These, for some reason, these
they're not
screens aren't working.
Oh,
We
they're
gotta get
not
them.
working anymore. Okay, I just.
Yeah, no, it's real hard to see.
I'm sorry to interrupt, pardon me.
So I zoomed in a little bit on Lot 1 where the new fire station will go. Fire station's about 21,000 square feet proposed today. It'll be a fire administration building as well as a fire station. It'll serve joined Manhattan Fire District and Peatone. As you know, they joined forces maybe a couple years ago, Bruce, something like that. So go to the next slide, John. And then my partner here is going to talk a little bit about the exterior. If you have any questions when we're done, I'd be happy to try to answer those for you.
John Ditter, architect. So these are our exterior elevations. We have a single story, as Clay mentioned, about a 21,000 square foot facility. Exterior materials, we're looking at masonry, brick construction, wainscoting with some accent areas around the perimeter and the gable ends, metal siding, accents above that, up to the ridge line. We have standing seam metal roofing that will be provided. That apparatus bay will be precast concrete with form liner. So from the exterior, it will look like a brick facade with that. And that's primarily it for the exterior materials. Yeah, it's just a little bit of a colored rendering. You can see what some of the color combinations with those are. It's a little hard to see with some of the graphics with that, but it just kind of gives you a good idea of what the massing and what that would look like. It's another image of that exterior. That's just an enlarged floor plan. So floor plan wise, kind of broken into 3 segments. The far left side is the administrative offices. Center is our apparatus bay, vehicles will be, and the left, right-hand side will be the fire station itself. Example of what we'll have for our monument sign, that will be on a masonry pedestal that you have it, but it will be a digital display. Public service announcements, stuff like that will be indicated on those.
Yeah, I like to stand up here. I can't even see it from back there, so I can come up here. Yeah, this is the preliminary plat. Again, it's 4 parcels. There's an easement running through this for public utilities. That's going to be a new water main and sewer service. Again, the regional detention facility is also enveloped into that easement. I don't know if you're familiar with the IGA that's in place between the village and the fire district. That was consummated maybe about 2 years ago from now. So a lot of the things in that IGA are spelled out in here. Some things have changed. They're minor, I think, to date. So that's an idea of what the platted subdivision looks like. Another. Apologize. That's just another. Go to the site. Yeah, this is the site plan. You're not going to be able to see this either, but this is a little more detail on the engineering plan for the site for the fire department. You can see a little bit of the detention pond down here. A lot of concrete pavements. There's some asphalt pavements up in front on the admin side. Again, I can answer some questions about the facility if you have any specific questions. It's very difficult to kind of tell you what's on here. You have it in your packet, I think. Is that right? So you can take a little closer look if you want and ask us some questions before we get out of here. Is that the last one? Okay. Yeah, it's a good time for questions if it's
Anyone
okay
have any
with the
questions?
And the updated sign, I put on the dais here, it shows the brick base for the sign.
I got a quick question. I might be a little ahead of myself here, but I was just thinking, what are the requirements or what the plan is for Eastern Avenue? Meaning, are there going to be signs out there? If the fire department's coming out, will they have flashers or something on some portions of Eastern or something? Or what is?
I haven't seen any either.
Yeah, I mean, I'm assuming something's going to have to be, right?
Right.
I would think.
So what was the question with the sign being on?
So on Eastern Avenue, is there going to be some type
Like
of?
don't block driveway or stuff like that? You mean like a flashing light that they're coming?
Well, a
out?
lot of them, when they come on, it's automatic. They open the door, like, you know, depending on the whatever, but.
But like warning signs for people that are.
A fire department's ahead.
Like, there's a lot of people that come to Manhattan that are residents, like, we just need to make everybody aware of what's here.
Yeah, I don't know what the requirements are. You know, I know, like, when they're on the road, they put the white
hatches.
stripes and all those
Yeah,
things or
I mean,
something.
with the ADT on Eastern, I don't envision that being a need, but I'm not saying it couldn't happen.
Right, right.
You know, it is something we could consider if it appears to be a concern with anyone in the village. But I don't anticipate that at this point, but again, we could consider that if it's a concern.
Yeah, I don't know, it was just something I was thinking about. If we need,
We're talking about like on Wolf Road, Wilkins Fire Department, they got a flashing light before a railroad tracks, letting the little fire trucks come out, is that what you mean by that?
fire trucks, painting, whatever, you know, I don't know what we're
We're
thinking,
gonna-
I'm just wondering.
Yeah, we're gonna check was it the MUTCD code?
We can verify it. Normally there's a siren on the top of the sign or something so that people know that the fire trucks are coming out.
Yeah, that's-
Yeah, we can verify that.
And we're involved with final engineering now and working with staff to get some of those things worked out. We have not submitted our final engineering plan yet. I know Carrie and staff have reviewed some of our stuff to date, but that's something we'll take a look at and make sure it's in the plans.
Yeah, I was thinking correct me if I'm wrong, you guys that are more familiar with, but the north side is kind of a hill coming down Eastern, right? You come down over there, so. Just a thought.
Question?
Yeah. This is for Chief Boyle. Chief, how many square miles is New Manhattan Fire Protection District, including Peatone?
Fire Protection District is about 150 square miles.
150.
So, yeah, pretty much it's the largest fire protection district in the state of Illinois.
And the administration building is going to be part of this building. That's correct. That'll be, everybody will report to that. I mean, not report to it, but
So-
that'll be the central nervous system.
The intent of the fire, I probably should go over there by the mic.
Thank you.
Sorry. The intent of the fire station is to be a headquarters station. Our planning map shows a total of 8 fire stations totally built out. Now, what does that mean? That if our 150 square miles develops, then we will have 8 fire stations. Currently, this will be the headquarters. The building design that we are proposing is kind of a modular construction. The intent of the design is that one side of the building is admin, the other side of the building is where the firemen stay, the fire station side. When we build this fire station, we are looking at the option of pre-engineering this for all of our remaining outstations. So what we would do is we would take the admin side off of the building and one of the fire station bays, and every place we build a fire station, we would use the same design with 2 bays and a place for the firefighters to stay. So there is a lot of, we have built this building using flow and functionality is what I call it. Everything we have done, we have looked at how do we provide expeditious response to the people of the community. So it has been very arduous, very arduous. And there's a lot of components in the design of a fire station because unlike many other businesses that we have, our firefighters are there 24 hours a day. So in essence, we have approximately 55 employees currently, 55 employees. So this fire station will generally hold 5 firefighters, and then a staff of 7 is about where we're at. We anticipate that with firefighters that are becoming trainees to be firefighters, and then what we call interns or folks that come out of college looking for experience, we have provided extra sleeping space for them so they can learn the job. So the firehouse is, how many bunks? 7. So we plan 7 bunks, 5 firefighters that are there every day, plus 2 more people in training. So again, when you look at this, these guys, they live there 24 hours. They eat there, they sleep there, as much recreation as they can. In the month of January, we went to about 280 calls. So that's about 3,600 calls a year. So the fire district is getting busy. And it is our goal, by moving this fire station to this location, our goal is to better serve the northeast portion of our fire district. We've of course done response studies. Our Station 2 in Wilton Center provides adequate coverage for the south end of the village. By moving this, it decreases our response time to the growth areas that are growing northeast. And then, of course, the final station that we have is the fire station in Peatone. Its location is actually in a very good location for the current call response issues that we have. Any other questions for me? Yes?
Chief, I look at the future on that, because now you're taking over Peatone on that. Do you think a ladder truck later on that will fit in that building? Okay, because some of the older buildings are like 2 stories or so.
All the fire stations will have 14 foot wide, 14 foot tall doors. So yes, a ladder truck will fit.
Okay.
Anybody
Thank
else?
No, you answered the question. And by the way, there was a great response out on Kennedy Road the other day. Trustee Beamster and myself were out that way with the tankers and everything else. You're filling up in Ivanhoe. Was that sufficient? I mean, did that work out?
So we put about, I think we put about 20,000 gallons of water on that fire. What we do have in that area is Fire Station number 2, just north of Wilton Center, has a 25,000 gallon a minute cistern that when we're out in that area, that we draw from that cistern to provide water for the fire. We tell the insurance companies that we can guarantee a flow of about 250 gallons a minute. So that's 2 hand lines on a fire. Now, when you live in a rural area like I do, you have to understand that it's not going to be as well as a municipal fire hydrant system. The way fires burn is most homes are compartmentalized. So therefore, the fire flows are less. When you get into a commercial structure or a farm building like was out there, there's no way you can provide that fire flow to put that fire out. What we do is we control the fire at its current location and keep it from spreading.
Thank you.
Sure. Anybody else? Thank you.
No other questions for?
Any other questions?
No. We'll have to get the TVs fixed up here, I guess. Sorry about that.
That's okay. Thanks for your time this evening. Appreciate it.
We get HBO.
Yeah. Okay. Thank you, everybody. Okay, so the first item that has to do with the fire department is an ordinance rezoning certain property located within the corporate boundaries of the Village of Manhattan for the Manhattan Fire Protection District. So we need to rezone this property as general commercial. It's for the new fire station, obviously, we just talked about. So it's kind of just going through the process. Anyone have any questions about this in particular? I'd like to entertain a motion to approve an ordinance rezoning certain property located within the corporate boundaries of the Village of Manhattan, Will County, Illinois, the Manhattan Fire Protection District, and the PIN number I'd like to read out is 14-12-09-300-006-0000 for the record.
Motion.
Second.
Roll call?
Beamster Bohr.
Yes.
Adamski.
Yes.
Doyle.
Yes.
Neighbors.
Yes.
Dilling.
Yes.
Okay, motion carries. Next item on the agenda is ordinance rezoning certain property located within the corporate boundaries of the Village of Manhattan, Will County, Illinois, the Fire Protection District. I think the PIN number is different, so the PIN number is 14-12-09-300-003, and then 4 zeros. So the same thing, same as the previous item. So if no one has any questions, I'd like to entertain a motion to approve an ordinance rezoning certain property located within the corporate boundaries of the Village of Manhattan, Will County, Illinois, for the Manhattan Fire Protection District.
Motion.
Second.
Roll call?
Adamski.
Yes.
Doyle.
Yes.
Neighbors.
Yes.
Yes. Dilling.
Yes.
Okay, motion carries.
Yes.
Oh, Beamster Bohr. I'm so sorry.
Now motion carries.
So sorry, Dave.
Yes, threw 'em off.
Not gone yet.
Keeping me on my toes. Sorry about that.
All right, next item on the agenda is a resolution approving a preliminary plat of subdivision for the Manhattan Public Safety Subdivision. The preliminary plat for the Manhattan Public Safety Subdivision consists of 4 lots on 21 acres with a new access road. Lot 1 will be the fire station, Lot 2 will be future commercial site, Lot 3, future public works facility, and then an EMA property too. And then Lot 4 will be used as access and detention pond.
I do have a question about that.
Yeah.
You know, you're talking about the 4 lots. Are all those lots, is any of them floodplain? I was to understand that part of that might have been a floodplain or something like that. No?
No, there's no floodplain.
Okay, that's what I wanted to find out.
Wetlands, not floodplain.
Wetlands are not,
Not
is it a
floodplain.
wetland?
Yes,
Okay.
2 different jurisdictions. Floodplain's actually locally jurisdictional, so it would be us. Wetlands are Army Corps of Engineers, so that's federal.
Okay, thank you.
Well,
Okay.
So any other questions? I'd like to entertain a motion to approve a resolution approving a preliminary plat of subdivision for the Manhattan Public Safety Subdivision.
Motion. Second.
Roll call?
Doyle.
Yep.
Neighbors. Yes.
Dilling.
Yep.
Beamsterboer.
Yes.
Adamski.
Yes.
Okay, motion carries. Next item on the agenda is resolution approving a final plat of subdivision for the Manhattan Public Safety Subdivision. The final plat of the Manhattan Public Safety Subdivision, same story, consists of 4 lots, 21 acres. So if anyone has any questions on that, I mean, it's similar to the previous one. I'd like to entertain a motion to approve a resolution approving a final plat of subdivision for the Manhattan Public Safety Subdivision.
Motion.
Second.
Roll call?
Neighbors.
Yes.
Dilling.
Yes.
Beamsterboer.
Yes.
Adamski.
Yes.
Doyle.
Yes.
Okay, motion carries. Next item on the agenda is an ordinance granting a special use permit for a governmental and public utility use on lots having areas, widths, yards, other conditions as approved by the village board, and approving a site plan for certain property located within corporate boundaries of the Village of Manhattan, the Manhattan Fire Protection District. A special use permit is required to operate a fire station in the C3 zoning district, and that's why this is here. So if there's any other questions, I'd like to entertain a motion to approve an ordinance granting a special use permit for a governmental and public utility use on lots having areas, widths, yards, and other conditions as approved by the village board, and approving a site plan for certain property located within the corporate boundaries of the Village of Manhattan for the Manhattan Fire Protection District.
Motion.
Second.
Roll call?
Dilling.
Yes.
Beamsterboer.
Yes.
Adamski.
Yes.
Doyle.
Yes.
Neighbors.
Yes.
Okay, motion carries. Next item on the agenda is a resolution awarding a bid for Phase 1 of the Trask Street Drainage Project. This is Phase 1 of a 2-phase project. This is to improve drainage in the Manhattan proper area. There were 4 bidders ranging from $202,000 to $361,000. Austin Tyler was the lowest bidder at $202,203.95. I know Mr. Naughton is in the audience. This was one of his projects when he was in office prior to his retirement. So it's finally getting there, Mike. So anyone else have any questions? Or if not, I'd like to entertain a motion to approve.
Just a engineering question.
Yeah, engineering.
Sorry.
When we take the water off of Trask, Cochran, Sharp, they're going through a pipe into that dry retention pond in Leland Bridge, and then the overflow goes into the ponds in Leland Bridge? Correct? Are those ponds big enough to handle that water from that other, basically another subdivision?
Yes, that's what HR, Terry did work on, that was HR Green. So that's what they did, they did all those calculations.
A general comment, if I can. So
Mhm.
the water's going there now, or should be going there now, so it should be sized for Illinois drainage law. You can't block water that isn't going somewhere else, or however that works. So yeah, it will be sized for it.
Yeah, I mean, I've been pushing for this project for years, and I think it's a great thing, but I just don't want anything to happen on those 2 ponds, and then have the people say it wasn't like that till you built this. You know, so I want to make sure we really get our engineering done really tight. I know you can't get 100-year rain and it could change a whole lot of things, but on average, on the normal stuff. Thank you.
But that pond, the pond that we're reshaping everything, that will hold some water. So I'll have to check with HR Green, but we might be putting a restrictor on there, so it would only allow so much at a certain time. So if it is 100-year rain, we should be able to hold enough back to where in that pond that we're reshaping and everything before it goes into the lakes, or the ponds over there.
Because those 2 are balanced, right? The other 2?
Yes.
They're balanced out.
All right, any other questions? I'd like to entertain a motion to approve resolution awarding the bid for Phase 1 of the Trask Street Drainage Project to Austin Tyler in the amount of $202,203.95.
Motion.
Second.
Roll call?
Beamsterboer.
Yes.
Adamski.
Yes.
Doyle.
Yep.
Neighbors.
Yes.
Dilling.
Yep.
Okay, motion carries. Next item on the agenda is an ordinance amending Title II, the Business Regulations, Chapter 4 for soliciting of the Village of Manhattan Code of Ordinances. This ordinance will raise the solicitor fees from $100 to $200 to cover the actual costs of the application, background check, and issuing the solicitor's license. Our fees have not increased since the ordinance was adopted in 2007. Additionally, this ordinance requires the solicitor to leave if the resident has no solicitor sign posted.
Question.
Yes.
You just said it was going to raise to 200, where our thing here says to 100.
Oh, maybe it's a typo.
So just to clarify, Dave, I think what the fees are going to be is what they are now is $50 to apply for your license, and then $50 for the actual license fee. We're increasing that from 50 to 100 on the application fee,
So
and
total
50 to
amount.
100 on the license fee.
Okay.
Does that make sense?
Yeah, it just didn't read that way.
Yeah.
Kind of confused.
So the background check is going to be done every year, or how long is that fee, feasible?
The background check is done at the time that the solicitor applies for the license. And each time that they want a new license, they have to come in and be fingerprinted and reapply. Nope, they're only allowed for 2 weeks to be knocking on doors. So if they want to go longer than 2 weeks, they have to come in and apply and pay again.
How about ones that go soliciting, don't even bother coming here? Do we fine them or tell them no?
For those solicitors that are knocking on doors that aren't licensed by the village, we've tried to educate our public enough that they know to call our police department, and our police department sends officers out to find them, and they will get a ticket if they don't come in and apply.
Okay. They don't come in my house here and there. I don't go to village hall. Oh, we didn't know about it. Yeah. Probably get on a couple more doors and knock on them.
Yeah.
And yeah, exactly.
Right.
Yes, you are right. They don't know about it. And then when I ask for credentials, they're flabbergasted, like, I want to know who you are. And so no picture, just paper. So like, I wonder if we can get somewhere like for the license to actually have a picture of the person, because I don't know if this person is actually the person that's on the paper. So, but that's just maybe something to think about.
Okay.
Yeah, because I got one to come to my house. I wasn't home. Well, then the wife said, oh, yeah, go ahead and dial it out. They did not have a permit law.
And I had somebody actually throw a neighbor's name in my face and say, oh, I know this person. I'm like, oh, really? Because I do too. And I talked to my neighbor of 30 years, and he was like, no. So it was just interesting, because then they just throw a name at you because they might find it off a mailbox or whatever they find it off of. And so I was very frightened by someone that's using someone's name, and because he was really good. But no, I didn't use the services, but I just was wondering if we could put a face to the paperwork so then it could be more, I don't know. It's just an idea.
It would involve, taking their picture and applying it to like an ID like we have for our IDs for employees. So I would have to look into the cost of that and see if our fees are going to actually cover that. But Jeff and I were talking about this whole solicitor's ordinance, and we're hoping that the increase in fees will actually deter people from even wanting to apply.
I've had them come to the door, honest truth. Come to the door, tell me that everything's okay with the village. I tell him I'm a village trustee, and he hands me the mayor's card.
He gets it from up front, right?
And says, the mayor said I can go do this. So I agree with you with the thing, because Mike, I'm not saying you ever did that.
Dave, as a matter of fact, the last gentleman knew you.
Yeah.
And I'm like, really? Because Dave's not paying for that.
Maybe when you print the license, if it's just a color photo of them on there, I mean, I don't know if that's difficult, but,
Oh, yeah, something cheap.
yeah.
Well, the license does have the dates on it that they're, able to solicit for, but it just would be lacking the picture right now, so we can look into
A
that.
picture with an expiration date on it when they're allowed to solicit, because
Yeah.
Jeff will tell you that in White Feather, that's happened a few times, where there was incidents where they came from Chicago, and they were selling some type of cleaner, but they only had one bottle of cleaner, to do the whole subdivision, so it must have been really strong cleaner, but
Capfuls, capfuls.
Well, if we don't really have a lot of them, is that, I mean, I don't know how much we want to be using our Facebook, village Facebook page, but it might be something that you could say that then over the next 2 weeks,
Yeah, we do.
I thought
Actually,
so, yeah.
Chief Gully makes sure that any approved solicitor's license is posted on the Manhattan PD page. And I think Kristen may share it as well on the village Facebook page. But we're also going to rerun the solicitor article in our next newsletter as well, just to inform our residents again that they can ask to see the license, and if it's not provided, they can call the police.
So also for the public, if I'm reading this correctly, you're adding the availability to put the sign on the door that says no solicitors in terms of an ordinance?
Yeah, they
Because it's a
already
red
have-
line, to me, that's adding, this whole paragraphs are added ons, right?
Yes. Right now, the public does have the right to put the sign on the door, but we're adding into the ordinance, if they have that sign on the door and they knock, now it is a violation of the ordinance and they could get a ticket just for that.
And for the public to understand, according to this, they can also put a time, like if they sleep during 3 to 6 or something, they can no to listening 3 to 6, and still falls into that category, correct? And these are just solicitors, so it's not the Girl Scouts selling cookies or people going,
No. These are like your solar panel guys, the
Roof.
window guys,
Yeah.
the siding, yeah, pest control, lawn and lawn maintenance,
Yeah. Paid my wife for $250.
cable. You know, those are just the common ones.
$250. Wow. And they're raising me.
All right. So I'd like to entertain a motion to approve an ordinance amending Title II, Business Regulations, Chapter 4, Soliciting of the Village of Manhattan Code of Ordinances.
Motion.
motion.
Second.
Okay, roll call.
It's okay, Lucy.
Adamski,
Rock, paper, scissors.
yes.
Doyle,
Yep.
Neighbors,
Yes.
Dilling,
Yep.
Beamster Board.
yes,
Okay, motion carries. That's it for the regular meeting. I don't have any other updates. Listen to neighbors, do you have anything?
No, I have nothing at this time.
Justin's not here, so Bob Dilling.
Thanks, Terry, and the police department for the tribute to Chief Fitzgerald today. I've seen you guys out there. You're always out there, and the night before. Thanks for a great tribute. The fire department, you know, recognizing him as chief. I guess he's one of the founding fathers out here for the paramedic program, and he's got a history that's a mile long, and I've learned that he's related to almost everybody in this town. Holy cow. But thanks, guys. Thank you very much for all you did.
Thanks. Dave?
yeah, I'd like to, what Bob said, send my condolences to the Fitzgerald family, and Mr. Doyle, to you also, I know he's part of your family, and just as the mayor and as the fire chief, when I first moved here, he was like a mentor to me with a lot of stuff, because I was new at this local government stuff, and Jack would sit there and talk hours with me and fill me in on how things went and the right rules on how to do things.
Yep.
And that's why I'm such a stickler on following the rules of how to do some of these things. It came from him. He was a great man, and I'm gonna really miss him.
Thanks. Ron?
Not for me. I mean, of course, condolences to the family. I wish I knew him.
Thanks. Tommy?
Jack Fitzgerald, he's a very good friend of mine. On that, I feel sorry for everybody in the family. He's a great, great guy. Somebody you can go to. On that, he does say get it done for you or help you. On that, it's just heartbreaking.
It is.
On that, I was thinking about him that day when he passed. I gotta go see Jack. Well, my heart goes out to everybody in the family, especially Judy.
Thanks. Shelley?
Just wanted to thank everybody that participated in the blood drive. We did exceed our goal. We had a goal of 33 units to be collected, and we hit 36, so good job. Thank you. And then I just wanted to remind the board that I did email everybody about the Irish Fest Parade, so just let me know if you're planning on walking or riding the float. That's it.
Thank you. Jeff?
I just want to let the board know that for the Earthrise grant for the dog park, we did apply for the $25,000, the second grant, and just want to confirm that we did get confirmation that we'll be receiving $25,000, our second $25,000 shortly from Earthrise.
Fantastic. Thank you.
Thanks. Mark?
I just wanted to let the board know, we did have our open house last Thursday for the downtown design guidelines. The Farnsworth Group's gonna put together a summary of the comments, so I'll provide that to the village board as soon as I get those.
All right, thanks. John?
I have nothing to add.
Nothing? Does anyone have anything for John? No. Carrie, did you want to add anything, or? Okay. All right. Jessica?
I actually do have an update regarding the fiscal '26 budget. Police Department and Public Works are currently working on their budget, and our new finance director, Justin, starts next Monday on the 10th. And we're gonna work, me and Justin are gonna work with our consultant, Brett, and get a draft going and complete it by the end of the month.
Thank you.
Fingers crossed.
Thanks. Chief?
I have nothing, Mayor.
Terry?
Thank you for the condolences. I appreciate it.
All right. You have anything?
Nothing to report.
All right, so that's the end of the meeting. Motion to adjourn?
Motion.
All in favor?
Aye.
All right, meeting adjourned.